Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Arlovski. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
The money line keeps climbing, though, if you'll notice.
Yes.
The point spread hasn't moved. It's been locked in at 4.5. The money line, though, keeps creeping up, man. It was 210, and it's funny because normally you figure the number would be correlated, right? It's like, all right, the money line, the point spread's this, that means the money line is that, which tells us there's a lot of money line plays coming in on Seattle.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Adding Hunter doesn't instantly fix its woes, it paper cuts them. He helps their perimeter defense and spacing, but Sacramento still lacks a true star and parts that they have to move. Hunter and Sacramento won't save the season, but this move tells you the Kings have officially given up on its aspirational stars and doubling down on depth as their future.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl, so I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro football today, only on SportsGrid.
Hour number 2 is here on the early line on a Thursday morning. Tomorrow turns into our final football Friday of the season. What happened August, September, October, November, December, January, February, off in the March in college basketball? Time absolutely flies, but we're here for it. When one book closes, we open up another book. We have some fun. We read it all the way through. And before you know it, we'll be talking about another football season. Our job for the people in hour number 2, Joe, get them ready to get around the water cooler with a little bit more knowledge between their ears.
Yeah, that's what it is all about, right,
Yeah,
Donnie? Especially heading into the big final game of the NFL season and 1,000,001 different prop bets, not to mention a push to the final regular season of college basketball. And I mean, I know everyone is looking forward to the NBA All-Star game as well, Donnie, coming up.
Let's go. Next
huge,
weekend here. What a perfect way to spend with your sweetheart for Valentine's Day. Just watch NBA All-Star Weekend. That will be good enough than flowers, chocolate, or a steak dinner and some lobster at that point, Joe. I want to get to a couple off-topic positions here first. It's apparent that it looks like that Roger Craig, great running back for the San Francisco 49ers in the 1980s, has apparently made it into the Hall of Fame, Joe. He retired in 1993. He is now up for the Hall of Fame and is supposedly getting in 2026. That sounds like a Hall of Famer, right? 30 years or so goes by and finally you're a Hall of Famer? Yeah, sounds like it.
Makes total sense here, Donnie. And not that Roger, I mean, listen, anybody that can remember that era understands that he was, he was a huge part of Montana and Young and all of those championships there. He was the go-to guy there. But, why 30 years later here, Donnie, outside of maybe a pity party? I don't get it.
Yeah, that is what it is. And once you understand that, you have to. And by the way, Tony Dungy was on record, I think, on Pat McAfee's show. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Like, I don't understand why we don't put 8 guys in a year. It's like, that's not the point of the Hall of Fame. You're supposed to be a voter to be able to keep the sanctity of the Hall of Fame. Like, only the best of the best of the best get in. And now we're turning it into a numbers game. It's ridiculous what it's turned into. But once you understand, again, it's a business. The more people they get in, the more people will see new exhibits. That's how you keep the tickets and the lines coming there. Because if you only put in one person every 3 years, which is probably what it should be, then nobody will go see the new exhibits. Why? Because there are no new exhibits at the Hall of Fame. Let's take a look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He's upset right now. He wants guarantees from the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund that changes what happened to Saudi's pro league, or he might ask out once it gets to June.
Well, because he doesn't like the quality of the players, Donnie, that are being recruited to this. So if the players, I mean, Ronaldo's like, listen, what I didn't build it. I'm not considered the greatest player in the world to be hanging around with a bunch of schleps here. So, like, can we please up the talent pool here? That would be fantastic. And that's pretty much what he's protesting.
By the way, all he should do is just go the way by Brooks Koepka, like, hey, I went to Live Golf for more family time and not a lot of golf. Oh, no, I'm leaving there for Live to go back to the PGA because family, I want to spend more time with them. Just make up some stupid excuse to let you out of it, and you'll go on your way at this point. Let's get to the hottest topics here, Joe. That includes the early lineup and Anthony Davis. Hey, no surprise, street clothes on the move again. He heads to Washington. How about that?
Yeah, way to go. Everybody goes to Washington. If you're a player that teams are done overpaying for and bring nothing to the table except injuries, then yes, the Washington Wizards are for you. I thought the Washington Wizards were doing a great job of actually trusting the process, weren't they, Don? I mean, they had some great drafts. They got some great young talent in there. Now you're bringing in the Trae Youngs and the Anthony Davises of the world. Like, what are we doing in there? I get what Dallas is doing. Dallas is like, can we get as far away from this Doncic trade as possible and just build around Cooper Flagg? But Washington, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, nobody knows what sometimes some of these teams are doing with the trade markets here, like the Los Angeles Clippers. Like, hey, Chris Paul, fantastic. Go home in the middle of a road trip. And all of a sudden, hey, Chris Paul, enjoy your new time in Toronto. Or does he just get the jersey and the photo op and get sent home again from Toronto?
Yeah, hysterical, right? You knew it was interesting when everyone's like, whoa, Chris Paul's going to Toronto. All right. I mean, we haven't seen him in 2 months. And then Toronto's like, but you don't need to show up. It's okay. Honestly, you don't need to report here. You just stay where you are. We'll stay where we are. And we'll let you know exactly how we're working this out. Unbelievable what they've done to a 40-year-old future Hall of Famer here. And how he went out this season is it's laughable.
3 o'clock trade deadline today in the association. Drake May, he's got a $10,000 orange juice machine that's in the quarterback room for the New England Patriots, but that might be helping him get his shoulder ready to go. He says, look, man, no longer limited. I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, like, see ya. He's fine. And, of course, he's going to be fine. They're all going to be fine, Donnie. If you're expecting him to be limited or Sam Darnold, none of that appears to be happening here. These guys with 1 game left, Donnie, I promise you, whatever the injuries may be, and they all have them, yeah, they'll worry about it on Monday, Donnie. They'll start recuperating then.
Offensive coordinator sure to be fired after the 2026 season. Let's bring to the table Frank Wright. He goes to the Jets. The Jets will fire their head coach, which means they're not going to keep their offensive coordinator. He will be out. And then in Arizona, I know it's a new regime and also a head coach that probably will be calling the plays in LaFleur. Nathaniel Hackett heads out to Arizona. I don't know what that's going to provide for Mr. Mike LaFleur.
Laughs. That's what it's going to provide. But LaFleur is the guy calling the plays. We already know this. He's already said that. So Hackett is going to be nothing more than just a figurehead there who's going to help him call the plays, I guess. I don't know. But it's LaFleur as the OC, and Hackett is just there by title, which is kind of when he was with Green Bay, which was kind of what he was doing there, too, because, Matt LaFleur in Green Bay was also the one calling the plays.
The bread man leaving Madison Square Garden, heading out west to Staples Center here / crypto.com arena. Panarin finds a new home on the West Coast.
Yeah, gotta like the move. We were all wondering when that was going to happen, right? Why it took so long for the Rangers. I mean, yes, he's 34 years old, but he's still got a lot in the tank here and can certainly help the Kings. Can the Kings actually turn this into making a push here in the postseason? We'll see, but what the Rangers got back wasn't exactly a little bit head-scratching here, to say the least, for such a quality player.
Denny Hamlin coming back to save NASCAR. Things haven't been the same since Denny retired, and quite frankly, I don't know when he retired. And I hear he's in his 40s here. Good luck to Denny. Shout out to the 40-year-olds, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, kudos there. I mean, him, Tony Stewart, like the old guys here, just willing to keep it going. And why not? What else are you going to do? Drive
Fall
Uber? I mean, yeah, you might as well get involved. I mean, what's the difference? If they got a car for you, you're good to go.
Yeah, man, put that graphic back up here. Like, you say, like, okay, I've been driving so long, I tore my rotator cuff. We see the bottom of it says it doesn't feel right since he took a fall at his parents' house. Now, where is his parents' house at? And what's he doing at his parents' house falling down, Joe? What's that about?
I think the house burned down, I think, and he was trying to find anything left over after the fire, and whoops, then he hurt himself trying to do it. So
He went into a
Danny.
house that was already burned out and weak, and then absolutely got collapsed in the house.
Crazy.
Come
yes,
on,
I know.
Joe. What are we doing?
Darwinism at its
point right
best,
now?
man. Darwinism at its best. Like the
Oh,
guy
man,
shaking the
trying to-
vending machine for the Skittles that got caught up and it falls on him. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
dude?
exactly.
What are you doing?
Stop the man. By the way, you like this story here, Joe, and I think this is going to be good for baseball season. Framber Valdez signed a 3-year, $115 million deal with the Tigers. Like, ooh, 1-2 punch, him and Scooble. And then I say to myself, they're actively fighting with Tarek Skubal to tell him he's not worth a lot of money, and then you pay Framber Valdez way more money than Tarek Skubal at this point. I don't know if you're going to make your ace too happy with that one, Joe.
No, you're not at all. But Framber's such a good locker room guy. I'm sure he'll just assimilate with no problem.
Man, you brought 3
Wow.
years, 115, and you tell the best pitcher in Major League Baseball, brother, you ain't getting the 30. We're going to pay you like
Nope.
19, and you're going to like it. And oh, by the way, this other guy's going to come to town, and we're going to pay him. Love to see it there. Let's see what happens with the Tigers. MLB, pitchers and catchers, February 10th.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Arlovski. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
The money line keeps climbing, though, if you'll notice.
Yes.
The point
Yep.
spread hasn't moved. It's been locked in at 4.5. The money line, though, keeps creeping up, man. It was 210, and it's funny because normally you figure the number would be correlated, right? It's like, all right, the money line, the point spread's this, that means the money line is that, which tells us there's a lot of money line plays coming in on Seattle.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
Adding Hunter doesn't instantly fix its woes, it paper cuts them. He helps their perimeter defense and spacing, but Sacramento still lacks a true star and parts that they have to move. Hunter and Sacramento won't save the season, but this move tells you the Kings have officially given up on its aspirational stars and doubling down on depth as their future.
Pro basketball today. Only on SportsGrid.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro football today. Only on SportsGrid.
Yeah. Right back at it, people. The hottest topics across the sports landscape. And Joe Ranieri just revealed that, you get the finer meats and cheeses in life. He's going with a solid olive loaf, man. I haven't heard that word in years. And at my sub shops, we didn't have olive loaf, but I remember eating olive loaf in the 1980s, man. Good call, by the way.
Yeah, I remember going to college, Donnie, and I walked into a deli, and I was like, hey, what's on your Italian hero in Stillwater? And the guy's like, yeah, we got, ham, we got provolone, we got olive loaf. I'm like, you have what? I'm like, I'll tell you what, everything you eat the olive loaf. You hold on to the olive loaf. I'm good to go. My goodness, what an experience.
Olive loaf, man. I haven't heard that in a long time, but there you go. People are saying, what is olive loaf? Trust me, it's out there. Try it, see if you like it or not. How about Joel Embiid? He's telling you he doesn't need any olive loaf or people to give him validation. Check this clip out.
I don't need any validation from anybody. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm excited to be playing every night. If that didn't happen, who cares? I've already accomplished everything. There's only one thing missing for me. Not my wife, but another ring. As a basketball player, there's only one thing missing.
We love Joe. We love JoJo here in Philadelphia. By the way, the hair looks good. The beard looks good. The energy is high at this point. And then there's the Sixers ducking the salary cap by just giving Jared McCain away to OKC because they need more help. So there's that.
Well, and smart move. I mean, what has McCain exactly brought to the table besides more injuries and being unavailable here? Yeah, TikToks is great too. But you know what? Embiid looks healthy. He looks good. He's playing at a monster level right now, Donnie. He looks like he's getting to be more and more Joel Embiid. And believe it or not, I hate to say it looks like your Sixers have actually, handled him the right way. They've brought him along pretty slowly, but they brought him along in order to make sure he's available to go in the postseason. And if that happens, going to be interesting to see here.
You're like Dr. James Andrews and Ella Trosh in the NFL. It's like, hey, these guys perform miracles here. Well, the last go-around for Joel Embiid on his knee, I can't remember the doctor's name, but his office, like online, is being flooded with 5-star reviews. Not from like, hey, doc, help me with my shoulder, or I went to him and he fixed my knee. No, it's all 5-star saying, thank you for fixing Joel Embiid's knee. And he actually put out like a public service announcement like, hey, it's all fine and good, great. Appreciate all the thoughts from the people out there. But people flooding a doctor's office online to give them 5-star reviews. Love to see it at this point right now. No 5-star reviews in Dallas here for the whole, hey, Luka's gone. Oh, no, we end up with Anthony Davis. Wait, he got hurt game number 1, and he basically never played again, and now he's shipped off to Washington here. The restart button has been hit in Dallas, and Cooper Flagg is the future.
Yeah, he is, and the sooner you start building around him, I think the better off that you are going to be. So Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, I believe D'Angelo Russell, Dante Exum, all going to the way in that trade there. And listen, I mean, Chris Middleton on his way to Dallas, Marvin Bagley Jr., AJ Johnson, they got. I mean, it's all about the future for Dallas. Again, Washington, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't.
Stacking chips there in Washington. But by the way, again, the Washington, they should just go back to the Bullets at that point. At least they did some damage under the Bullets. Ever since they've been the Wizards, they've been horrendous. But maybe there's a concept on paper this could actually work out. But we know the drill. Everybody's going to be injured. It's not going to work out. Don't remember Bradley Beal teaming up with Russell Westbrook? And that was going to be great stuff. Yeah, it's always great stuff in Washington here. And by the way, Chris Paul, who was sent home by the Clippers, is now going to Toronto for the time being. Congratulations, Chris Paul, headed to the Six, where I don't even think they want you.
No. Yeah, they're not. I mean, the old, hey, congratulations. Listen, you don't have to show up here. We're good. Like, you can just hang out. I mean, the way they're treating this guy, like as if he was a two-way player, Donnie, right? Who meant, like, this guy is one of the greatest guards that we have seen in the NBA. The guy is a Hall of Famer. And the Clippers treated him like he was a pariah because he had no problem telling Ty Lue that, dude, this ain't working out here. And now, of course, now Toronto doesn't want him. So I don't know what's going to end up happening to him.
Tried to get Giannis, probably failed. You get Kristaps Porzingis. The Golden State Warriors are trading Kuminga and Buddy Hield. By the way, Kuminga hated his time every single minute in the Bay Area. He's finally being shipped over to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, well, and that, I guess, kind of is an indication that they couldn't get anything going with Giannis. So at this point, they went to the next offer, and that's going to be interesting to see because Windhorst and others reported yesterday that Miami seems to be the leader in the clubhouse with a offer and an opportunity to be able to get Giannis if that's where he wants to go. So it'll be interesting to see what works out here over the next, Donnie? Oh, we got another 8 hours here?
Couple hours.
Yep.
Chicago Bulls trading Kobe White and Mike Conley Jr. to the Hornets for Sexton and Dieng and 3 second-round picks. By the way, you should be able to trade 3 second-round picks or any second-round picks in the NBA. And by the way, there shouldn't even be a second round in the NBA. First round is enough. Enough with these teams. Hey, we got 3 second-rounders. What does that amount to? Nothing. How about that?
Yeah, it's, it's interesting, right? I mean, the Bulls got what? Also Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley there, who they will likely release here at some point. But I liked Jaden Ivey. I really did. I mean, I thought, injuries aside, I thought he was a really good piece there for Detroit, but they have so many of them there that he was kind of the odd man out. But, Kobe White moving on to Charlotte, a team that has won how many, Donnie? Like 8 straight games. They're on one of the hottest teams in the NBA. And you just kind of, you're going to throw some new pieces in there. Let's see if it still sticks.
By the way, Joe, I love me some NBA action. Slaying it here with every day, just fading the public, having some fun. How about this? The Cleveland Cavaliers have agreed to trade Lonzo Ball and 2 second-round picks to the Jazz. I might be watching my first NBA game of the season once the NFL winds down with the Super Bowl. I had no idea where Lonzo Ball was, if he played in the NBA, but apparently he does, and he's on the move. And then we'll be on the move again.
And that likely, exactly correct.
Does he play?
Yeah. It's he was originally to bust and then he's gotten hurt everywhere he's gone. Chicago to Lakers, but he's at this point he's a decent backup if he can stay healthy. That's the big issue.
I mean, I can't even. The NBA is fantastic. We're going to trade this guy to this city, and he's immediately going to get cut because we didn't want him. We just wanted his salary,
Correct.
Which will be done, and we don't want the player. Welcome to the NBA regular season. We'll be right back. More hot topics, including Holly Market.
Xfinity Mobile Arena.
This is the most entertaining fighting in fighting, man.
Fight fans of Philly! Knucklemania 6 in Philly.
USA overtake Canada and get that gold, Joe?
Absolutely they can here, and ultimately it feels like that is the 2-horse race, and I think ultimately Canadians don't really care if their team competes in the luge or the bobsled, Donnie, or anything else. They just want that gold when it comes to ice hockey, and that is the only thing that's going to matter there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize.
We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
But I will say, at 4.5 and over, I've been with covers for 20 plus years now. I've been betting for a long time. When it comes to 4 and 4.5 point spreads, if I'm looking at the favorite, I do not lay the points. I go straight to the money line, knowing that it's minus 200. This has been a no man's land for football betting in the NFL, basically since 2015, since they moved the point after touchdown back.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
You know we love to predict the markets right here on the Early Line on the SportsGrid Network. It's myself, Donnie Rightside, and Joe Renier. But also, did you know, Joe, I think you do, because we both participate in Prediction Markets Edge. That does appear every weekend on this network here. And this week, going to have a lot of heavy action about the Super Bowl, Joe. What do you think about that? We can cash in some of these investments quickly before Sunday's game is even done.
Yeah, Donnie, I love it. I think there are some great markets and some great contracts available to invest in prior to Sunday. And again, the best part about it, Donnie, is that you can always cash out of those investments before the actual outcome happens.
Exactly. Like if you're investing in Bitcoin right now, stop the madness, people. Invest in the predictive markets itself, and also that includes Super Bowl 60. Now, normally say like, hey, Joe, who's going to score a touchdown? Who's not going to score a touchdown? Who's going to win the game? It's going to be a high-scoring game. How about these questions? Seattle versus New England, a 2-point conversion in this game. Here's the question, Joe. One or more successful 2-point conversions in this game is trading at a 23% chance. 2 or more successful 2-point conversions is trading at 8%. Now, again, the 2-point conversion must be successful, not we're going for a 2. You must complete that conversion here, which makes it tougher, Joe. Are you buying the 2-point conversion to be completed, or are you saying sell that on the contract?
Well, I listen, I don't have a problem. We know that likely somebody is going, I think, for a 2-point conversion, given what we know about the game these days and people's, chances of rolling the dice on 4th down alone. And, it would wish the Rams would have done it a couple of weeks ago, but that's a whole different story. Yes, I do think there is a very good likelihood that we get at least one successful 2-point conversion.
Now, here's one I really like here, and you might have to pay a little bit, or maybe you say, you know what, maybe not 1, not 2, not 3, or not 4. What are we talking about? How about 4th down conversions here in this game? 1+ successful 4th down conversion, 82% chance. That's high. 2+ successful 4th down conversions, show 53%. 3 or more successful 4th down conversions, that's trading at 32%. Now, granted, again, just like we just talked about the 2-point conversions, you must make it. But come on now. You're probably going to get, at a minimum, Joe, 4+ chances at a team going for it on 4th down, which means early in the game, 4th and 1 at midfield, early in the game, 4th and a half a foot, we're doing a tush push at this point, or even when you're down in the 4th quarter, you're going for it on 4th down. I know it's expensive. A $100 investment pays back $122 on 1 or more successful 4th down chances. I love that. It's heavy juice, and I think it makes sense.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, you could very well get it on one drive, Donnie, right? A team that is down, running out of time. You could, there are plenty of opportunities for you to be able to get, I think, at least 2 successful 4th down, attempts there. So I don't mind at 53 cents. I don't mind that look at all.
And by the way, you took it like 2. Like, you can get those 2 conversions late in the game, early in the game, one or the other. You know as well as I do, Joe. The red zone, 4th and 2 or less, everybody now goes for. That's going to be no change in the Super Bowl. I think it's a pretty decent thing that you could take a look at to invest some of your money in. Seattle versus New England. How about the largest lead in this game? 1 to 6 point is only trading at a 4% chance. You say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Well, think about that. What makes sense? A $100 investment pays back $2,500, but that means they're never going to be out of single digits or less than that for the entire game. 7 to 10 points trading at 29%, 11 to 14 points at 26%. Joe, is there a chance where this game where nobody has a touchdown lead all the way through? That's kind of wild.
Well, that would be a very close game, Donnie, but the market and the price right now is telling you that is not likely to happen. So there are some spin-off markets there about, the largest lead, 13.5 points or more, 12.5 points or more. So I would pick the lane, but I think at some point a double-digit lead is absolutely in play for this game.
Absolutely. How about this one? Who will attend the big game as I'm taking a look right now? And if you're looking at some of the leaderboards here, you can I wish we could get some good inside information. Tom Brady, 98%. You think he winds up there? Of course he does. Cardi B, 97%. Now look, her man is in the Super Bowl. 97%. Like, I understand, like, hey, I'm not going to pay that much or that price at this point right now. It pays $3 back, but she's going to be there. She said she's going to be there. Come on now.
Kind of, that's what we call the old free money contract, right? You don't have to wait that long, but you're also not going to get a crazy return. But yes, that kind of price, they're telling you what's going to happen here.
Now, Taylor Swift trading at 27% here. Anybody got any insight on the Kelseys and Taylor Swift going to that Super Bowl? Maybe you can let a brother know at this point here. We'll be right back after this break. Hockey talk coming up next.
February 7th, Xfinity Mobile Arena.
This is the most entertaining fighting in fighting, man.
Fight fans of Philly! Knucklemania 6 in Philly.
Can USA overtake Canada and get that gold, Joe?
Absolutely, they can here. And ultimately, it feels like that is the two-horse race. And I think ultimately, Canadians don't really care if their team competes in the luge or the bobsled, Donnie, or anything else. They just want that gold when it comes to ice hockey. And that is the only thing that's going to matter there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize.
We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
But I will say at 4.5 and over, I've been with covers for 20 plus years now. I've been betting for a long time. When it comes to 4 and 4.5 point spreads, if I'm looking at the favorite, I do not lay the points. I go straight to the money line, knowing that it's minus 200. This has been a no man's land for football betting in the NFL, basically since 2015, since they moved the point after touchdown back.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Talk a little hockey, have some fun, and also like the gamesmanship between player versus player, or how about players versus fans, and how you want to be treated here. Let's take a look at our guy Jack Hughes here out in public.
October, November, December, January, I dipped a little bit. For fans that have kind of lost faith and look at the standings, what do you want to tell them that next step that this team can go on a run?
Honestly, I'm not going to say that I'm honestly like that. For us, it's just our truth. We got to figure out a way to win more hockey games. And we got 2 big games here before the break, and after the break. It's a long time. Sort of through really fresh. And we've done throughout really did final 25 games. I think that they're stuck with good miles. It's on us, but they find a way to win more bodies to do them. So I think that's like on practice.
What? I don't even understand the clip, Joe. What was that about?
I don't understand if you're going to be a reporter and you're going to be in these situations, then get to the point. Less is more. Like, you could have just said, hey, the fans who aren't happy, what do you have to say to them about this? See, like the whole, I completely lost it right from the clip, right from the get-go. Just ask the question. You're good to go.
Now, by the way, it looks like it was for something for the Devils Foundation. What's the foundation for? The 2 fans that they have? As I digress, let's get to some other hot topics here. Includes maybe the best young hockey player in the world, charged with felony aggravated assault. How about that? It says Onward State. Penn State hockey player Gavin McKenna was allegedly assaulted an individual at a bar with his team, leaving them with a broken jaw. McKenna could face jail time. I believe he's on a $700,000 NIL deal for a hockey at State College.
Yeah, and it was funny because a lot of people didn't think he'd end up going to college, but of course, when you get the bag, you get it going there. Listen, people forget about this and move on. It sounds like it was just a, unfortunately, wrong place, wrong time. Not to say that, when you're that age, Donnie, that those things kind of happen. But yeah, I think none of this will matter by the time the draft shows up anyway.
So he was at a bar with his team. What's his age, Joe? Do you know what it is?
Yeah. Well, it ain't 21, Donnie. Last I checked, I don't believe. Yeah.
There you go. So, hey, let's stay home with the PlayStation, relax, enjoy, get to the NHL, cash those big tickets. Don't be getting kicked out of college and, having a felony assault charge at this point right now on your career. And also, what are you doing fighting? Like, you are going to be in the mainstream. Does that just mean, Joe, when he gets to be 19, 20, 21 in the audience, or should I say audience, in the fan base there, or if you're just out on the street, hey, buddy, you suck, and then you want to go over and confront the guy and fight him? Come on, man. You're about to be a superstar. Put the earplugs in the ears, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, move on, man. This is just take the money, lay low, and move on, man. It's unfortunately a life lesson that when you're that young, you're going to have to learn, unfortunately, the hard way. That's for sure.
Panarin goes out to the Kings here. How about his final stat line as a Ranger? 482 games, 205 goals, 402 assists, 607 points here. That was a really good free agent signing there that they got for the Rangers. Got a lot of mileage, just didn't get that cup.
Yeah, didn't get the cup, but I tell you what, goes to a Kings team that defensively they're great, Donnie. I mean, I believe they're third in goals against per game. The problem with them every year when they get to the postseason is that defensively, goaltending, they're great. Offensively, they can't score. So he will absolutely help the Kings this season, maybe not beyond this season, but certainly this season. He will make them a little bit more dangerous, especially offensively, heading into the postseason.
Connor McDavid always stays locked in. How about that Game 7 loss to the Florida Panthers in 2024? He said, quote, I don't want to play golf. I don't want to sit by the pool. I don't want to be in the Bahamas. I don't need a break or a fresh start. I just want to be in Edmonton playing hockey. You love to hear that if you're an Oilers fan.
Yeah, unless, of course, they can't get you a goalie that can actually get you to that promised land. That could be a problem. So, yes, for now, all I want to do is be in Edmonton and win Stanley Cups. But, yeah, all Jim Kelly wanted to do was be in Buffalo and win Super Bowls. But that didn't work out either, did it, Donnie?
Oh, they say they do this for the fans here, Joe. Players love to play for the fans and also organizations. How about this? San Jose Sharks have announced a $425 million in planned renovations here to the SAP Center, which includes a larger team store footprint to make more money for the team, wider concourses throughout the arena to probably put in more places for you to spend more money, additional lower bowl seating, which means more money to pay for the fans here, and upgraded newly built luxury suites, which the common fan won't be in. Sounds like they're doing everything for the fans here, Joe.
Yeah, listen, Donnie, I was there their first season. I was in California, and I actually got to go see a San Jose Shark game, and I can tell you, I'm looking around, and nobody in Northern California had any idea what they were watching. They had just not what is this? We are cold. What are we doing in here? And who wants hockey? It's come a long way, that organization in the NHL. And yeah, that arena absolutely needs some renovations.
By the way, back in the day when they first came in, great uniforms, great color combinations.
Yes.
Did you know, and I know you know, they played in the place called the Cow Palace to start their young NHL action here. Congratulations, San Jose, for who knows what. Caleb Jones of the Penguins has been suspended 20 games, Joe. I never heard of this guy's name. Tell me about it, please. Who is he, and why is he suspended?
Well, he's been, because his name is Caleb Jones. That's basically it. Why are you getting nailed 20? Because, again, treat the fans with respect, Donnie. That's the bottom line here. But it's quiet. It's interesting. We're about to go away hockey's about in the NHL to go away for 2.5 weeks, and then they drop that little nugget there in the news dump there last night. So, interesting.
Now, these are the stories that we love, because sometimes you go to sleep at night and be like, man, I had the wildest dream. What? I was playing for the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday at my same age. Can you believe that? Oh, it's just a dream. How about this? David Nozilio, A 45-year-old commercial banker and former collegiate hockey player was called in as an emergency backup goalie for the Chicago Blackhawks in January. Was paid $100 for the night. That's sensational. That's not a dream. That's reality, baby.
I mean, right place, right time, Donnie. Like, how does that even happen? My goodness. You couldn't find anybody else just to throw the gear on and throw them in the goal. Like, what? $100, Donnie. I want more than $100 if I'm doing that at 45.
Yeah, come on. Why only I got it. You get in the locker room, you get a uniform, you get to sit on the bench, you're the emergency guy. I understand that, but $100. Why is it? We're talking about, we're a union country here, Joe. What union's going to allow this man to only make $100 when nobody's minimum salary in the NHL is $100 for a game? Come on.
No way. No, I want more than $100. Otherwise, it's not even worth putting the pads on for $100, Donnie. Like, come on now. This is ridiculous. Cheapos.
By the way, Joe, I saw a game last night between the Panthers and the Bruins that you were in the building for at this point here, and you told the people they're going to win by 2 goals, and yet you had a 2-goal lead heading into the third period, and it went to overtime. That's not right. That's not right.
No, it's not. But they did a must-win situation for the Panthers, and they did get it done. And of all people, it went to a shootout, no less, Donnie. And who else but Brad Marchand gets the game winner in the shootout to give the Panthers the victory over his former team, the Boston Bruins. You gotta love, the hockey gods are very funny that way, and Marchand gets it done.
Don't let us get hot in Philadelphia, Joe. You saw us after a brutal month-and-a-half stretch. Wiped the floor with the Washington Capitals, and now the Philadelphia Flyers are an underdog on their home ice, getting plus 110 from Ottawa in a total of 6.5. Getting hot, those Flyers. Can we get 2 in a row, Joe? Can it be?
It's been a while since they've actually won 2 in a row, Donnie. So I think, yes, the chips are stacked, but they are home, Donnie. And yes, I think they can get 1 more at a plus price. Why not?
By the way, we got a heavyweight fight tonight in the state of Florida, and Cam's coming up next. I got to ask him this question. Florida? Tampa Bay? Big Juice? Cam knows it. He also knows his golf, and his Seahawks are in the Super Bowl, people. Next.
February 7th, Xfinity Mobile Arena.
This is the most entertaining fighting, man.
Fight fans of Philly! Knucklemania 6 in Philly.
Can USA overtake Canada and get that gold, Joe?
Absolutely, they can here. And ultimately, it feels like that is the 2-horse race. And I think ultimately, Canadians don't really care if their team competes in the luge or the bobsled, Donnie, or anything else. They just want that gold when it comes to ice hockey. And that is the only thing that's going to matter there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize.
We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
But I will say at 4.5 and over, I've been with covers for 20 plus years now. I've been betting for a long time. When it comes to 4 and 4.5 point spreads, if I'm looking at the favorite, I do not lay the points. I go straight to the money line, knowing that it's minus 200. This has been a no man's land for football betting in the NFL, basically since 2015, since they moved the point after touchdown back.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
is a Thursday. It is Super Bowl week. We are ramping up here on the early line, and of course, we love to have our guests on. Donnie right side, it's Joe Ranieri. Cam Stewart, the Prime Minister of Canada, with so much going on. The Olympics coming up. We got a monster golf tournament here, and Cam's Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl, Cam. Yeah.
Let's make it 2 for 2. Joe saw the Bruins go down in a shootout. The other team, the New England team, they got to get smoked too. Joe, they shouldn't even have got a point to make it even better for your Cats. But anyway, I digress. Happy Thursday to everybody out there. You're saying it, Donnie. Joe, I'm just so excited for this damn game. It can't get here soon enough. We got hockey before the Olympic break. The Olympics already starting with a couple sports, and we have a golf tournament. You don't call it the wasted management anymore, but let's not kid ourselves. Everybody gets wasted. Everybody has a good time. Hey, drinking, it's on at the Wasted Management. Perfect tournament right before the Super Bowl. Just a party Sunday, that's all.
Smoking darts out there on the golf course, throwing darts on the golf course as we go. Brooks Koepka came back last week, but again, we always know this, Cam. We love to ask you. There is a man named Scotty Scheffler in this tournament. How do we attack? Do we attack Scotty or do we back Scotty?
I'm going to tell you something, Donnie. I did something very different. Like you and Joe. This is what I'm doing. Seattle Seahawks money line, Scheffler top 5 plus money.
Wow.
Seattle Seahawks money line, Scheffler 10 minus 108. That's what, even for a top 20, it's like minus 145.50 if you want to play it real safe. I'm all over the board with Scheffler, just not even winning, just positionings, 5s, 10s with Seahawks money line. Joe, I learned my lesson a long time ago. Sometimes getting punched in the face and getting hit over the head with a mallet, I took it for a while. I don't want to take it anymore. I'm getting older. I don't need to get beat up. And Scotty Scheffler, this guy could show up and get it done again. His numbers are unbelievable. We talked about it. Golf Channel broke it down after Tiger Woods winning the U.S. Open by 13 strokes in 2000. Scotty Scheffler's numbers after that window of 2000 to 2004 are better than Tiger Woods, right, Joe? Golf Channel broke it down. The guy's unreal. Like, he's just one of these guys, quietly goes about it. Would it be shocked if he won? Donnie, when are we seeing these guys at just over 2-1 to win a golf tournament? That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like, back in the day when he's not around, the first guy starts at like 16, and we're getting 2. That's all you need to know. This guy's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, number 1 in birdies already on tour. It's ridiculous there, Cam. But listen, what he doesn't often do, though, is go wire to wire. So there is an opportunity in the first round, right? Like, who's leading this thing? That's where the money should be there to fade him. But who are we looking at to come out firing here, you think?
Well, I got a couple first-round leader bets for you, too, and I'll give you guys my golf picks quickly. Ben Griffin, I think, is the best number we can find here. Joe, this course, too, the correlations are amazing. He's 27-1 to win this thing. Then we have Maverick McNeely. He's very popular with the golf hipsters because he kind of checks all the boxes in Phoenix for desert golf at 37-1, and he's a very, very solid putter. Joe, I did something crazy. Hey, my old buddy, Jordan Spieth, come back to the keg party, pal. Yeah, I'm letting you back in the house. Just, should I bring my own booze with this guy? Maybe. But have you seen his record in this tournament? The last few, like top 5. So maybe old man Spieth, compared to these young guys, can get it done at 60. Quiet story on the tour. Sahith Theegala has actually played great since coming off of injury. Very dangerous player at 65-1. And my value pick of the week, little sprinkle on Andrew Novak. I have him top 40, top 30, but also at 100-1. Andrew Novak is a solid player. Joe, this guy can win tournaments before. He's like hovering around the leaderboard. So at that price, it's absolutely too good for me. So I got some first-round leaders, too. Everybody loves Thursday. You can bring your bankroll, guys. And this thing gets off very soon. But remember, because of the time difference, Ben Griffin at 40-1, Jake Afternoon Nap at 55, Keith, don't call me Kim Mitchell, I am a wild party, 70, and Hisatsune, the very talented Japanese player who finished top 5. Donnie, you got to love Hisatsune. Watch out for him.
Week.
Oh, dude, if Scheffler wasn't there, Hisatsune's like, thank you. Like, he played great last week. 90-1 for a first-round leader for him. So he's definitely made the card.
How about that? Making the card tonight, Cam. Let's flip it over quickly before we get to the Super Bowl. To the NHL tonight, your adopted hometown of Buffalo is taking on Pittsburgh as a slight favorite tonight. Buffalo looking for a bounce back here. Do they get it tonight?
I think they do, Donnie. At 125, 130, I think, I'm going to ride the Sabres. You know what? They lost to the Lightning in overtime. Like, what do you want from these guys? Like, even when they lose with class and dignity and get points. So I'm going to be – I heard you guys earlier when I was in the green room.
Ottawa's a good team, but Philadelphia is playing a little bit better. Maybe a look at plus 110. It's not going to make the card. I'll take the Islanders on the road against the Devils. That's a minus 108. Pick 'em situation right there. Hate to say it, Joe. Your Panthers got it done last night. I'd actually take Tampa Bay in regulation so you don't have to lay the 75 cents. The Lightning are just, when they play the Panthers, they're a little bit better than them now. Panthers will be desperate, but I think if they would have lost last night, I'd come to the Panthers. But I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning there. And you know what a sneaky team is? Nashville. I'm looking at them against Washington, but they're like, a lot of these teams are on a back-to-back, guys, because of the Olympic break. If you want to do a parlay, how about you take a look at the Carolina Hurricanes to get it done? These guys, I'm going to tell you something. New York Rangers should just pack it up. They're an embarrassment to hockey. I would actually go with them and the Tampa Bay Lightning for a plus 124 parlay. That's what I'm going to do. This card is tough tonight, guys. What are people's headsets going into the Olympic break? That's one thing we can't read, but the dogs have been barking.
You know, I didn't mind the trade for the Kings, Cam, because the problem they have every year is they have no offense, but they have great defense and good goaltending, but they can't. It only takes them so far. I kind of like the move for the Kings.
Oh, I do too. I'm going to tell you something, man. The LA Kings, too, they have a lot of really, really solid players, right? Like, they have guys that play two-way games, but Joe talked about it. You know what I mean? Panarin is like, he's one of those guys. He checked out. He was done with the Rangers. Yeah. He's an older guy. Going to the Kings, too, they have a lot of really young, underrated players, two-way players. So Panarin could be the guy. You put him on the power play. You know, he doesn't have to have too many minutes defensively. He's a perfect fit for the Kings. Never have enough scoring to beat the Oilers or the Stars or other teams when they go into the playoffs, losing those games. So it's very, very important that they get goal scoring. I know it didn't work last night against the Kraken, but this is going to be a perfect fit. Excellent point, Joe. This is exactly what LA needed. They need goals to play with the kid. Like, what are you going to do when you play Colorado in the playoffs? You better get 4 or 5 goals because they're going to score on you. It's that simple. So good move by the Kings. They're trying to win hockey games, and you got to appreciate a franchise that goes out and gets better.
Cam, leave us with something for Super Bowl Sunday, Seattle and New England. What do we got, brother?
Marner, anytime touchdown, plus 260. People don't know. Seattle also uses him in a push situation. Love him, over 23.5 yards receiving. I'm all in on Barner.
Look. Waste management in golf, no waste management here with Cam Stewart. He's the man, and we'll talk to him soon. Good Joy Sunday, Cam. We'll be right back.
February 7th, Xfinity Mobile Arena.
This is the most entertaining fighting in fighting, man.
Fight fans of Philly! Knucklemania 6 in Philly.
Can USA overtake Canada and get that gold, Joe?
Absolutely, they can here. And ultimately, it feels like that is the two-horse race. And I think ultimately, Canadians don't really care if their team competes in the luge or the bobsled, Donnie, or anything else. They just want that gold when it comes to ice hockey. And that is the only thing that's going to matter there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize.
We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
But I will say, at 4.5 and over, I've been with covers for 20 plus years now. I've been betting for a long time. When it comes to 4 and 4.5 point spreads, if I'm looking at the favorite, I do not lay the points. I go straight to the money line, knowing that it's minus 200. This has been a no man's land for football betting in the NFL, basically since 2015, since they moved the point after touchdown back.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Final segment of the day here. Donnie Rightside Joe Ranieri, the early line on a Thursday. Tomorrow will be a football Friday. Get ready for that. But how about this, Joe? Breaking news. Like, oh, no, somebody got traded. No, how about Mac McClung signs a two-way deal with the Chicago Bulls. Back in the NBA for Mr. Dunk Man. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if he shows up at the All-Star game either, Donnie, right? Yeah, might as well. As long as he's in the league, you might as well utilize him because nobody's paying to watch Jalen Duren at 7 foot dunk a basketball. So I think maybe this could be maybe this could all be working together to get him there, Donnie.
Nothing worse. You work your entire life to get to the biggest stage. And what does that mean here? It actually means you go to the Olympics and play big-time hockey here at this point. The neurovirus has crept into women's hockey here, Joe. I don't know about you, but having the stomach flu got to be the worst thing. And to have it on the biggest stage, that's a tough scene there for the women out there. Come on. Come on, Finland.
Welcome to Italy. Nothing says,
pizza?
welcome. Like a neurovirus there that is now going to push everything. The scheduling is just going to be a mess now, Donnie, if this thing spreads. So not a great situation here to start the Olympics in any way, shape, or form.
Now, do you think the Team Finland, like we had the pictures up before, like the Americano pizza would look like some bad pepperoni and some old French fries? Maybe they ate that pizza and it gave them the neurovirus? Maybe?
Yeah, that could be. Listen, could be a little gamesmanship. You think, Donnie? What do you think? A little gamesmanship here.
Hey, they tried to do it to Jordan back in Utah here. It didn't work out. Maybe they're trying to do it to Team Finland. We'll see if it works here. But let's get to what the people and the questions that need to be asked on our Fade the Public poll. Yeah, JJ Spawn's not in the Fade the Public poll. No big deal. What players will be traded before the trade deadline ends today? Ja Morant is the leader in the clubhouse at 71%. He 1,000% is going to be traded by 3 o'clock today. Just a matter of who, Joe. But he leads it here. When they ask the people who they think is going to be traded, it's Ja time.
It's interesting. I mean, they've lowered the price. We've heard the reports, but they just can't seem to find anybody wanting to take him. So,
yeah.
Oh, boy, they might be giving him away or cutting him or something here. But I'm kind of with the public here. I'd be shocked if he is still a member of the Memphis Grizzlies by 3 o'clock today.
By the way, let's fit in a little clip here. You want some golf action, waste management? Here's JJ Spawn talking about returning to the PGA Tour.
Yeah, I think people want to be on the PGA Tour. It's the best tour in the world, the most competitive tour. I think, Patrick will be a good asset to this tour, and I think it just speaks volumes to where the tour is headed. And I think, add even more competition, for us that have been here while they left. And, adding Brooks and Patrick now, it's just strengthening our tour, which I think is great.
Gotta love it there. The PGA Tour Waste Management this weekend. Good times on the horizon, Joe. But you know what even gets even more good times? Winning the people money. Here's our best bets. Bye, bye, bye. The world is yours, as used to say with Tony Montana here. Where are we going, Joe?
Well, Donnie, we're going to head to Cincinnati tonight for some college hoops, where if you are having trouble sleeping, watch this game between West Virginia and the Cincinnati Bearcats tonight, because it will be like watching paint dry. I can assure you of that. But listen, you got two teams at a snail's pace who's pride themselves on playing defense, that are not in a rush to shoot the ball at all. The problem is West Virginia has actually been a little bit better on the road here, and Cincinnati, for all the defense they play, Donnie, this is going to be a close game because there's not going to be a lot separating these two. Cincinnati ranks 349th in free throw shooting percentage. They cannot be trusted to score enough late, Donnie, even if they have the lead, in order to be able to cover by 2 buckets. I'll take the 5.5 with West Virginia because they can hit their free throws.
Rise up, West Virginia, taking the 5.5 points. I'm also going to go with a dog play, but go over to the association. Last night, one for the good guys. I was mad that Steph Curry sat out a couple nights ago and cost me a possible win. But yesterday, everybody sat out for OKC in my favor with a nice 10-point win when I was getting plus 1.5 at the time of the show. Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns tonight. I'm taking the Golden State Warriors. Why? We we don't even know who's going to play for the Warriors tonight. But I do know one thing. Nobody wants to bet the Warriors tonight. Only 30% of the tickets coming in on the Golden State Warriors. That line opened up at 6.5 and still sits at 6.5. Give me the Warriors. Even if I don't know the players, I know the final score. It's going to be the Warriors tonight, Joe. 2-0 for the boys as we head over to a Football Friday. Sounds like a plan. See you bright and early tomorrow morning.